This is an interesting chart because it does show gold having severe gains over the last 10 years, but so is everything else. And obviously, that means that gold is a good protection against inflation. Now, this is actually a PDF off of something that's being sold on various sites on the internet. Privatized Treasury and inflation protected securities, and I don't know what that is exactly. I heard of course, Treasury inflation protected securities, but I don't know what privatized means exactly. But it's not something I'm going to get involved in, that's for sure. But what I really wanted to point out on this chart is, gold, for instance. Yes, gold is going up, but you're not really making money. You're just protecting yourself against all the other hard assets that are being consumed, that are industrial assets that are actually going up along with gold. And there's a lot more things besides this. You're not showing agriculture on here, but of course agriculture is going up because oil is going up. But obviously, I want to point out something. If you knew about this, see, actually back when Lindsey Williams wasn't super popular, and I could tell you something else. He was not the only guy around that was saying oil was going to spike and oil was going to go down at that time. He was not the only guy. I know there was other people out there saying that too. So it wasn't like total inside information, but he was accurate. He was accurate. Now, quite obvious, if you could play the market up on a curve like this and down on a curve like this, you're going to make some extreme amount of money. Now, that is semi what I intend to do, but my strategy is, and I found it psychologically, it makes it a lot less nerve-wracking because I don't know for a fact which way anything's going to go, because there could be an event that could change the whole scenario very quickly. And also, when you're sitting in cash waiting around for an opportunity, sometimes if it's like a big jump, you'll tend to pull the trigger too fast because you're anxious to get in there and make money, or you'll hold on too long because you're greedy. So I like to do things in steps. I don't know. It's actually, it just keeps your head calmer, so you think more rationally. It's actually, if I can actually keep my cool, I wouldn't do it in steps, but that's just my thinking about it. I found that works out better for me. And it probably would work out for the average person because it doesn't make you think. It makes you can stay calmer about what's going on. But I found this to be a very interesting chart. Basically, gold is just keeping up with all the important commodities. That's really what's been going on. And they mentioned about privatized Treasury inflation protected securities, privatized tips, and that's the pink. And I want to relate something to this. As far as the wealthy losing their money, they're not going to lose their money. And it's a joke that anybody tells you they're going to lose their money, they're going to get poor. Everybody's holding silver and gold is going to be wealthy. It's not going to happen that way. They're not going to lose their money. And they're saying that Carlos Slim in Mexico and Bill Gates and Soros and stuff are all into these heavily into these funds. Now, I don't know how these funds operate at all, but you know what? Their money is going to be in paper, electronic wealth, and they're going to make a hell of a lot of money. That's the way I figure it's going to happen. They're not going to lose. They're not going to lose. And beware of all these. I'm not going to knock the conspiracy crowd per se. I'm not a shill for the banksters, but I'm going to give you a hard, cold reality. These guys saying that everything's going to fall apart. It's not going to fall apart for the people on the top, and they're not going to. They're not stupid. They didn't get on the top by being dumb. They're constantly on their game. As a matter of fact, any person I saw with money basically works 24 hours a day. I think they're thinking when they're sleeping. You know, that's all they're thinking about. Period. Money. That's all they're thinking about. They got their nose out looking for anything that's going to pull in money. So the average person doesn't think like that at all. But there is an inner drive in a lot of people on the top, and I don't know. I can't describe it. I mean, I probably got a little bit of that too because I pushed some people up there pretty good. But it's a game. It's a game you get into. It's a game you get into like it's an addiction, and it's not even about the money. It's it's about winning. I don't know. It's about winning. That's what it is. These people on the top aren't going to lose their wealth. Their money's going to be in paper. Their money's going to be electrons. You're going to make more money. Now, I just wanted to point this out. I mean, it's a common sense thing, but, just beware of these people. I call them clowns, really. They really are. Because they're getting all the middle class worked up and all this garbage, and they're not keeping people thinking straight. That's at all. And that's what I don't like about some of this alternative media. Basically, what it comes down to is just pure work, too. But I'm just going to say this morning, actually, I should have sold off all the triple leverage silver yesterday. I sold off half of it. I should have sold off some PSOV because it was cheaper this morning. So I bought back the triple leverage silver back when it was down here, around a little over 34. So it's sprung back up a little bit, and I don't know exactly what point I'm going to wait to dump it. I'm thinking when it gets closer to 35. I think it's going to move up some, and I'm probably not going to hold it over the weekend. If it has a good gain tomorrow, I might just dump the whole thing. If it jumps up a good percentage tomorrow, probably the whole thing's gone. But I don't know if it's going to do that for a fact. So everything is kind of a guess, but I try to take some reason to that. And as far as silver, it's been up. It's probably going to break through this next point, possibly. I would think it just might. It's been touching this, and I think it's just going to reach a new high. But if it makes a move like this, it's probably going to be gone. I'm going to wait. Even if I buy it back a little higher, like in other words, if it pulls back like this, I'll wait. If it makes a move like this, it's definitely gone, including some PSOV. Because I did buy some PSLV when it did that 10% dip when Sprott did that new offering. So if I see some good gain, I see an extraordinarily good day, that's going out, and it'll probably be rebought back when there's a slight pullback. Because I'm just going to work these accounts until, a little bit of change here and there, and it all adds up. But a lot can be played by common sense versus anything. And it is good to look at the charts because actually, you could see that this 34.50 approximately is a point of resistance just by price points. I mean, you can keep it that simple. And I think right now the news is fairly bullish as far as what the commodities are going on, because even though they're talking about a slowdown in Europe and everything like that, I think the news for the very short term might be pretty bullish. That's what I'm guessing. I don't know for a fact. As far as oil I think is going to creep up maybe a little bit more, but I think the one thing that is probably going to go down first, and I don't know, it's going to be one or the other, because they kind of run together, but they don't run together. Like in short term, they don't really go on a daily basis all the time. I'm thinking that since oil had such a good run up this last week, it might be the first thing to pull back a little bit, and that would be giving me an indication to get out of silver. But I'm thinking about getting out of the triple leverage, hopefully if this goes up near 35. And it might blast past it. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But right now I'm wishing I bought double leverage palladium too. And I almost did, but I'm going to wait for pullbacks and act accordingly. But I would recommend if anybody plays in and out of the market, not to just to do it in steps and wait for some daily pullbacks. Watch all the news stories and use your head as far as what do you think they're going to do. I just think things are going to be rosy until all the elections are over with. So I don't think there's going to be a major problem with this euro right now. So if there is, I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised. I think it would be a quick. It would be resolved very quickly. So as far as silver, though, I think it is going to make the next run up to 35. So I'm probably going to hold on to the triple leverage for a while till I see a good gain. If I see another day like I think it was yesterday. I'll probably dump all of it and wait for a pullback and go back in again. Because I think the news overall is going to be fairly bullish for the next few weeks at least. So there might be some good gains.